bowling more. He gives us that seam bowling all-rounder. Here we see Kasunajita, back of a length. Gerba's trying to swing it out over the leg side, and a very, very good catch there. Columbigate, very good catch. Watched it all the way into his hands.
We've seen some blinders today. How hot are you on no balls? I mean, that was so... It wasn't a no ball, but it was very...
Yeah, we monitor them at nets. I know, you know, our coaches, Grant Flower, particularly David Saker, monitor them a lot at nets. Because not only is it the no ball, it's also the lengths that vary because you're bowling from a different area. So we do try and monitor it as best we can. Kasunajita again hitting that hard length, top edge. Columbigate running round, very, very good catch. Kasunajita deserved that wicket.
See, on the subject of catches, just today we've seen 3 outstanding catches. Tisara Pereira started off Vanidu Hasarangi in the previous game. Now Columbigate. One of the areas of criticism has been that the fielding has been a little bit below average, particularly the outfielding, but the catching has more than made up for it.
Here's a bloke that's certainly worth getting in your team if you've downloaded that My 11 Circle app and playing fantasy cricket, enjoying that with your mates and joining us throughout this tournament. Put him on your side, he's a good player, as that shot shows. Direct hit might have been interesting. He was a little bit slow out of the blocks. Kushal Mendes.
Good start, Kushal Mendes off the mark there. Let's just have a look how close it is. Up Shinwari has a throw, or out. That would have been a big wicket for the Dambulla Viking. I just had a look. I couldn't help myself having a look at Kushal Mendes' stats when he came in. Only averages 25. We've got to get that up to 35 because he's a good enough player.
Couldn't agree more. Wide.
Kasunajita again, hard lengths into the wicket, and Columbigate watching the ball into his hand. He wanted that catch. He really wanted it. Really good catch and very well deserved for Kasunajita. Shanaka in again to Kusaljan Pereira, cramping him for room. He knocks it out onto the leg side for 1. How good it is to see Irfan Pathan back in the game and imparting his knowledge. I know the Kandy Tuskers boys have spoken to me about how much knowledge he has and how much he's imparted on them.
So the two Pathans together.
That's a dot ball, and it's another really good over. 4 from it, 38 for 1.
For 1, an opening partnership of 33 before Gurbaz lost his wicket. Only 3 bowlers used so far by the Dambulla Viking.
It's not a rollicking start which we are used to when it comes to Kandy Tuskers, but you can say it's a promising start for them. And if they keep on picking up the momentum, keep on getting some good overs, they have a chance to post a big total.
Mendes brought into the side, one of 2 changes in this Dambulla Viking team. Shinwari, the other change.
They've come up with simple plans, the Dambulla Viking. When you look at the last game and this, so far execution has been good. I think the Kandy Tuskers made the right decision in winning the toss and batting first. But you need something like 165, 170 for sure, because the ball will slide on a bit. You want to have runs on the board to put pressure. Runs have to be made at the top of the order. When the ball is hard in the power play, you need to make it count because it will only become harder.
So you think 165 is going to be good enough?
Runs on the board. You've got to give yourself some chance and then use your spinners wisely. That's the way to go. New batsmen will struggle to score runs because this is now back to normal Sri Lankan conditions. To take the pace of the ball.
What we have seen so far in this Lanka Premier League, if as a team you're batting and you after 10 overs have 9 or 8 wickets in the bank, you have a very good chance of enhancing your chances to put a big total on the board.
Very true. But the pitches are changing now. Early in the tournament it was hard. Came onto the bat a lot more, but now quietly it's falling back into what we're normally used to in the subcontinent. Slower pitches, it's about taking the pace off. It's not that it's going to turn and grip and jump at you, but it can hold up. So you've got to be smarter and use those conditions, and I think Dambulla Viking are doing that.
Sweetly struck down the ground, one bounce into the boundary line. That's a My 11 Circle champion shot.
For me, honestly, Russell, these pitches are still good. If as a batsman you're able to hit the ball on the up, it tells you that ball is coming onto the bat nicely.
Amir, slower pitches doesn't mean that it's a bad wicket. You need different skills. You can still score runs, but there is a chance, there's a way to play on it.
Your pace is not there, so you, as a batsman, you struggle to use the pace. So you've got to have different options. After 6, 46 for 1.
.46 for 1, end of the power play. Wickets in hand, the captain Kusal Pereira still at the crease, getting another start, 23 from 18.
These two pair off quite well.
Just nearly roll onto the stumps.
That one gripped, stayed in the surface, and got a bounce for the bowler as well.
One of these two need to go on to make a big one. Use the others to pay attention to that run rate. That's the best way to control these innings for the Kandy Tuskers. They need a win. Threw the shot early. Remember, he has that injury as yet. Kusal Pereira, the split webbing. It hasn't got any stitches in there, but there is an injury, and hence off the front foot. We've seen this happen many times. That hand coming off.
Yeah, you mentioned one of them has to play a big one. What we have seen so far in this Lanka Premier League, as a single has been scored, 2 innings, 150 and 140, gives you a chance as a side to get to 190. So this partnership is very crucial for Kandy Tuskers.
I've been watching Kusal Pereira closely in terms of the manner in which he's been dismissed in the previous matches. Played quite a few pull shots, lost his wicket in a similar fashion. Very good players. They find a way to make the adjustment when they find something is going off with their game. So far, so good for Kusal Pereira. Firmly struck. Just a couple runs, so more controlled aggression from him. This is what I mentioned. Playing the pull shot. That was his first dismissal. It was a brilliant catch to get rid of him. Then again, just in front of square, picking the fielder. And third time, not lucky. But take a look at what we've seen so far from him. He's not trying to play that shot again and hit it with the power in front of square. Goes behind, waits for it, gets it in the gap. An example of how that adjustment has been made by a top-class player. Brings up the 50 for the Kandy Tuskers.
Yeah, he's playing the ball late now when he's looking to pull the ball. One, he's playing it late. The roll of the wrist is there. The intention is to keep the ball on the ground. In other dismissals, he was in no man's land. Either he was not looking to hit the ball in the air or play all along the ground. Should be a wide.
This was early in the innings. Just used the pace, wasn't trying to hit it in front of square. And then short, not trying to go in that mid-wicket region, but slapping it straight back past the bowler. So clearly a different approach by him. That's why he's a quality batsman at the top of the innings.
Oh, nicely worked away on the offside. Just using the pace on that occasion, making sure that hits the ball into the gap. My 11 circle champion shot that was to end the over. It's 58 for 1.
Brendan Taylor, Gunaratne still in this batting lineup. Captain Pereira wouldn't want to leave it to anyone else. 33 from 21 so far he has. And he has a senior partner with him, Kusal Mendes.
Got to make sure you're rotating the strike. No dot balls. Keep the scoreboard moving. Pereira, as you mentioned, more awareness, using the pace, trying to hit it into space rather, not towards the fielder, not taking fielders on. He's also not gone aerial. That's also an adjustment he's made. Not being arrogant and trying to hit over, but making sure he's getting runs, and when he times it well, it will run away for 4.
I mean, how important is it for someone on the outside to be looking at your game, sharing advice, a coach quite significant in your progress as a player, you would say?
What are they called? Support staff. They are there to support the player. If he's making any mistake, you have to identify it. And I think he's got an able coach in Hashant Tilakaratne, who was a superb batsman, left-handed too. So he must understand his game.
You know why I'm overpowered here. Two lefties in the com box with me, Russell Arnold, Mersoil.
For those watching, that is Hashant Tilakaratne. Looks a little different to his playing days.
That's why he's not feeling pressure. And did you see the smile on his face? He doesn't have to go out and bat.
Looked a little different in his playing days.
More the same type
Lot of muscle.
hat as well.
Lot of muscle.
Oh, he was a treat to watch, Hashant Tilakaratne, dear friend of mine. After 8 overs, it's 63 for 1.
After 8, as you mentioned, 63 for 1. The umpires will consult. And we'll now have a strategic timeout.
Lanka Premier League 2020. Official webcasting partner, Content Eye Asia.
You are watching TVI. Stay tuned with us.
Lanka Premier League 2020. Official webcasting partner, Content Eye Asia.
You are watching TVI. Stay tuned with us.
Lanka Premier League 2020. Official webcasting partner, Content Eye Asia.
ඔබට මගහැරුණු සියලු වැඩසටහන් පහසු වෙලාවට නරඹන්න TVI Newsයි අපගේ YouTube නාලිකා දෙකම අමතක නොකර දැන්ම subscribe කරන්න.
ඔබ මේ රැඳී සිටින්නේ TVI සමගින්. රැඳෙන්න අපත් සමගම.
before that in the first 8 overs. Suddenly a waste.
For me, the release is very low. That's why he's pitching the ball very short. He has to make sure that he releases the ball from the right height. 12 runs conceded so far. Good over.
But that length really needs to go. And Mendes, we mentioned his hand, he's struggling with it. Get him to play down the ground. Not that length. My 11th circle, champion shot.
What is he trying to achieve bowling that length? Is he quite good friends with Kusal Mendes?
46 the partnership. This is what we've witnessed, the last boundary to be scored by Kusal Mendes. We hope that you have him on your fantasy team. Remember to download the app, My 11 Circle app. You can get that on my11circle.com. And that's the site to download the app, pick your fantasy team, win maximum points.
I don't think he was controlling it. I don't think he meant to bowl it as short as that. Short of a good length, getting to slide on is what Columbage was trying. Well, when you get a wicket bowling that length, and the best in the world, you'd say, in the business, it's hard to look away. But planning for that type of delivery to pick up a wicket, you're asking for trouble, and that's what's happened today.
Too short in terms of the length on offer here, Columbage. I'd like to see captains support bowlers a little bit more. Haven't really seen that.
दोस्तों, अगर आप ड्रीम 11 खेलते हो तो हमारे टेलीग्राम चैनल को ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें, क्योंकि वहाँ पर आपको सभी मैचेस के विनिंग टीम आपको वहाँ पर मिलेगी। तो जाइए हमारे टेलीग्राम चैनल को ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें। एंड लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन में, चैट बॉक्स में भी हमने लिंक डाली है। एंड होप आप सभी इस मैच को एंजॉय कर रहे हो। यहाँ पर तुष्कर ने 81 रन बना लिए काफ़ी बेहतरीन अंदाज में। तो दोस्तों, हमारे टेलीग्राम चैनल को ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें। दोस्तों, मैच के टॉस प्रेडिक्शन और ड्रीम 11 टीम के लिए हमारा टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें। दोस्तों, सर्च कीजिए बिग बैश 2020। दोस्तों, मैच के टॉस प्रेडिक्शन और ड्रीम 11 टीम के लिए हमारा टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें। दोस्तों, सर्च कीजिए बिग बैश 20।
Advent of technology and new cameras and what can be achieved. Image of the moon from one of the cameras at the ground.
Low hand now and again. Ramesh Mendes does that. The momentum with the Kandy Tuskers. The man on the moon enjoying the cricket too.
I know one team that is over the moon. Jaffna Stallions.
And why not? 4 out of 4. Looking really good. They're finding ways to win matches. They've also found themselves under pressure. But if you bowl this line, correction, this length, you will put yourself under pressure. Columbage to Kusal Pereira. Kusal Mendes, he uses the crease well too. Mendes gets that extra bit of time to hit the ball where he wanted. Just that shot that Columbage might have even injured his own toes.
50 partnership between these two. Another good one, building upon the opening partnership of 33. Nearly caught him on the back foot. Kusal Pereira was standing back, probably expecting a short delivery. That's a good adjustment. Ramesh, he's been excellent so far.
Yeah, or he was eyeing that extra cover. good awareness shown by the off spinner Mendes.
Ramesh Mendes, his economy on the 6 at the moment.
And he's bowling well. He doesn't mind giving away a single. He bowls at line and length where a batsman can play a shot, but be hitting it to the fielder. Sometimes it's not about dots, sometimes it's about damage control. And so far this over, Ramesh Mendes good. And he stays good. 5 singles, you take it at this stage of the game. 10 bowled, 86 for 1.
बिना प्ले अलोंग गोल जीते कैसे जी?
दोस्तों मैच के टॉस प्रेडिक्शन और ड्रीम 11 टीम के लिए हमारा टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें। दोस्तों सर्च कीजिए बिग बैश 2020। दोस्तों मैच के टॉस प्रेडिक्शन और ड्रीम 11 टीम के लिए हमारा टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें। दोस्तों सर्च कीजिए बिग बैश।
At the halfway stage, the foundation is set. The Kandy Tuskers have 2 batsmen in. Pereira on 39, Kusal Mendis on 29. Brendan Taylor, Asela Gunaratna, Sikuge Prasanna coming to Mendis. Some batsmen to follow, so there is a bit of firepower. 1 over to Columbage, went for 18. And here's Malinda Pushpakumara. He was very, very good against the Colombo Kings.
I was interested to see that rope that came out during that strategic timeout when they were taking the dew off the top of the ground. Now, this is the first time that the Dambulla Viking side has fielded under lights, fielded at night time, so they wouldn't have been used to the dew in this situation much. So the Tuskers will be looking to take control of that as best they possibly can. There's just not much sliding on more than anything.
And Pereira was himself.
He had to attack that, Sami Patel. Got to try and look for that wicket, try and effect a run out. But great change of pace from Malinda Pushpakumara. Look how slow that was. 71.5 Ks, 10 and over, 183. 165, 175. You need to get to somewhere there.
He won't mind the spinners in operation when he comes out. That's something he's very comfortable with. I thought the other day he assessed the conditions really quickly, Brendan Taylor.
He's got a great broom. Generally comes out with it. And he's got style.
दोस्तों टॉस रिपोर्ट और मैच प्रेडिक्शंस के लिए हमारे टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें। उसका लिंक आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएगा एंड हमने यहाँ पर चैट में भी पिन कर दिए। जाइए ज्वाइन कीजिए एंड मजे लीजिए मैच की। चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें।
But just as Ramesh Mendes did, Hazy, he's bowling to a field. He got 2 dot balls early. Now he's bowling at the pads, forcing the batsman to hit the fielders.
Come on, boys.
He's looking to bowl slow. He's not looking to dart the ball into the batsman. Flighting, that's why it was a good over. After 11, it's 89, 90 for 1.
Harshad Shantilal Mehta.
दोस्तों मैं आपको यहाँ पर बता देना चाहता हूँ कि हमारे चैनल पर आपको सभी मैचेस का लाइव वीडियो के साथ मैच देखने को मिलेगा। हालांकि कल जो मुकाबला होने वाला है इंडिया वर्सेस ऑस्ट्रेलिया वो भी आपको हमारे चैनल पर लाइव देखने को मिलेगा। तो अभी दोस्तों एक साथ सभी एक साथ मिलकर इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और लाल वाला बटन उसको सभी लोग दोस्तों एक साथ मिलकर दबा दीजिए।
90 for 1, 11 overs gone. It's a good position. This stand is good. It's worth 57 at the moment. Gunaratne to come after Taylor as well. They're sitting together, just having a little bit of a discussion at the moment. So there's still plenty of batting to come, and just one wicket down is really important at this stage. They can go on the charge a bit in the next 5 overs.
3 overs for 17 to Ramesh Mendis. Mendises and Pereiras all over the place. Coming to Mendis, Kusal Mendis, Ramesh Mendis, Kusal Pereira, Dilron Pereira. That list just goes on and on. Angelo Pereira.
Oh, that's a nice sound off the bat, but not far enough. Gone. That's an important wicket. Pereira can be so dangerous. I think we all know that. And he's got the 41. Was looking to kick on, but didn't.
Flat and hard. Well, he struggled to release the ball today, Columbage, but his catching has been brilliant. Well judged on the run, making it look ever so simple. Timely wicket for a Mendis as a Pereira goes. 41. The Kandy Tuskers are 91 for 2.
दोस्तों मैच के टॉस प्रेडिक्शन और ड्रीम 11 टीम के लिए हमारा टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें। दोस्तों सर्च कीजिए बिग बैश 2020। दोस्तों मैच के टॉस प्रेडिक्शन और ड्रीम 11 टीम के लिए हमारा टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें। दोस्तों सर्च कीजिए बिग बैश 20। दोस्तों इंडिया वर्सेस ऑस्ट्रेलिया का मैच लाइव देखने के लिए हमारे चैनल को बिल्कुल सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, क्योंकि यहीं पर आपको लाइव मैच वीडियो के साथ देखने को मिल जाएगा। तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलिए। तो चलिए आगे मुकाबले का आनंद लेते हैं।
Two for 91. Yeah. How about that? For a change, it's not a Pereira or a Mendis. It's a Taylor who has come to the middle. Taylor made for this situation though.
Nicely bowled.
Yeah, Ramesh Mendis has bowled so well tonight. He deserved something in the wickets column. And to remove a set batsman like Kusal Pereira, who's a dangerous customer, must be satisfying for the off-spinner.
Yeah, Pereira's one of those guys who can just really dominate a game. We've seen that happen before, but he knew straight away that he was in trouble there, and it's a fine catch. It really is a fine grab. Smiles all round from the guys who are playing in a very nice spirit. Here's Dambulla Viking boys. Forget there, of course, there is the Cycle Incense Fair Play Award that is awarded at the end of the tournament as well, for the team that respects the game, the players, the umpires.
Come on, boys, come on, boys.
There he is, just calling down now. So that bat.
दोस्तों मैच रिपोर्ट और टॉस प्रेडिक्शंस के लिए हमारे टेलीग्राम चैनल को ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल ना भूलें। लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन में है एंड चैट में भी मैंने लिंक को डाल दी है। आप बिग बैश 2021 सर्च कर सकते हो टेलीग्राम पर ज्वाइन करने के लिए।
Steer this side through for some time. 94 for 2.
दोस्तों मैच के टॉस प्रेडिक्शन और ड्रीम 11 टीम के लिए हमारा टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें। दोस्तों सर्च कीजिए बिग बैश 2020।
Eight overs left now. If they continue with this current rate, they only get to 157. And that's not going to be enough. So they do need to step on the gas. They can do that with wickets in hand.
But they'll have to try a lot harder because Pushpa Kumara is giving nothing. He's not giving any pace at all. Last ball of last over. A lot quicker. I thought he flicked it, but he's just gone with the arm ball and turned his armour over a lot quicker. Great spell. 4 overs, 1 for 21 for Ramesh Mendis.
So far, the left armour has been very successful. He's been flighting the ball, and it's highly imperative for the batsmen to use their feet.
Ramesh Mendis and his release points. It goes right over that front leg. Goes high and then drops the arm as a variation. Wide of the crease to angle it into the left-hander.
I'm really interested now with this these speeds of Pushpa Kumara. There's no pace. There we go. He's making the batsman do all the work. Now the batsmen are itching, absolutely itching to get after him, to loft him down the ground. There's a man straight at long off. There's a man straight at long on as well. Covered on the boundary on the leg side.
11 balls, he's conceded 7 singles. Oh, very slow, no opportunity to sweep, but Brendan Taylor chips it over the offside. Very unfortunate. Shinwari, my 11 circle champion shot to end the over, and the 100 comes up. It's 101 for 2.
Now play a long ball.
दोस्तों मैच के टॉस प्रेडिक्शन और ड्रीम 11 टीम के लिए हमारा टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें। दोस्तों सर्च कीजिए बिग बैश 2020। दोस्तों मैच के टॉस प्रेडिक्शन और ड्रीम 11 टीम के लिए हमारा टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें। दोस्तों सर्च कीजिए बिग बैश 20। दोस्तों मैच के टॉस प्रेडिक्शन और ड्रीम 11 टीम के लिए
Come on, let's.
I don't think there's going to be too many people going to be too surprised that Tasara Pereira's the top of that table in the My 11 Circle MVP of the tournament. That's from all the games that have been played so far.
We were wondering why Samit Patel was not into the attack, but here he is. He can go 4 on the trot if he wishes.
He plays with a bit of pace. And let me tell you, it's going to work for the batsman if he doesn't land the ball in the right area. Clever batting in the previous over from a seasoned campaigner, making sure he doesn't overhit the ball, and then bottom hand coming into play at the last moment to be able to send the ball into the gap.
Pushpa Kumara, of course, did well in slowing it up, but Taylor had an answer. That's another answer for you. Red Bull, one of the sponsors of the tournament.
This means lead wins now. And these two batsmen are quite capable.
The thing about Samit Patel is that he's not going to be overawed by the fact that the ball's a little bit on the damp side. He plays a lot of his cricket around the world in various conditions, plays a lot in England.
I don't think there'll be a lot of view. There will be a bit of moisture around, but it's not going to affect the players that much. The rope was taken around. There aren't many towels when you look around the players. And throughout the afternoon, there was a strong wind blowing across. Out here, we keep an eye on it. Still afternoons would mean there'll be a lot more dew around. Since that wind was there, I would confidently say that it's not going to affect play as much. But mind you, I've got a lot of the weather reports wrong.
You took the words out of my mouth. That's nicely bowled. Sorry, Russ. Lovely flight from...
दोस्तों टॉस रिपोर्ट और मैच प्रिडिक्शंस के लिए हमारे टेलीग्राम चैनल को ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलिए। एंड दोस्तों वहां पर जाइए, टेलीग्राम चैनल को ज्वाइन कीजिए। इस समय ऑलमोस्ट 40,000 लोग देख रहे हो। मैं चाहता हूँ सभी जाइए और एक साथ टेलीग्राम चैनल को ज्वाइन कीजिए। एंड अगर आप हमारे चैनल पर नए हो तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलिए, क्योंकि इसी तरह के लाइव वीडियो के साथ आपको हमारे चैनल पर मैच देखने को मिलेगा। हालांकि कल का जो मुकाबला होने वाला है ऑस्ट्रेलिया वर्सेस इंडिया, इनफैक्ट उसका भी आपको देखने को मिलेगा। तो दोस्तों जाइए, हमारे टेलीग्राम चैनल को ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलिए।
The Kandy Tuskers have been going at 7.4 throughout the innings so far. If they continue at that rate, it's not even 150. If they go at 10 per over from here, they get to 160. I'm not even sure that's enough. So they've got some serious work to do. Might have heard the call of 2 through our stump mics.
Good Anwar, good Anwar.
The last few overs, Dambulla Viking bowlers, they've been able to put a squeeze on the run rate. And both these batsmen will be feeling a bit of pressure. I have a feeling something is going to give here.
Yeah, I'm with you. Down the ground, hard, Skeps, 4.
This is going to be a pressure release at that boundary. My circle 11. Champion shot. Beg your pardon. My 11 circle. Champion shot that was. Now that, what I've been shouting, use your feet against the left arm spinner. He's flighting the ball. He's not providing you with the pace. Try something different. Another boundary.
Misfield from Colombo again. You hit them in the air, he catches them.
Come on boys, come on boys.
To be fair, he had a long way to run. He did it, got there, but couldn't haul it in. Did all the hard work, Colombo. It's not having a great day, other than for the catching.
Right, here's a chance for this one to be a big over. 10 from it, halfway through. They've got to keep going. Just the one. Brings the bigger frame of Brendan Taylor back on strike.
Come on boys, come on boys.
Heaving that on the onside. It's just going to be one, not a clean connection.
Mendes has the opportunity to make it a real big over. Already 12, the last ball of the 15th. Sekuge Prasanna probably should be promoted to come in next. Then there's our sailor Gunaratna and Kamindu Mendes. Oh, well bowled. Pushpa firing it in at the pads. That's 50 for Kusal Mendes off 37. That's 15 gone as well. 117 for 2. The Kandy.
दोस्तों मैच के टॉस प्रिडिक्शन और ड्रीम 11 टीम के लिए हमारा टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें। दोस्तों सर्च कीजिए बिग बैश 2020। दोस्तों मैच के टॉस प्रिडिक्शन और ड्रीम 11 टीम के लिए हमारा टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें। दोस्तों सर्च कीजिए बिग बैश 20।
Five overs remaining in the innings. Time for a great acceleration. My Kandy Tuskers, you would say a little bit behind the 8 ball in setting a total. Projected score with 10 runs per over from here in gets them to 166. Gets it away. Shots like this will assist. Goes into the boundary for 4. It's a My 11 circle champion shot.
Double Viking spinners have been good. They have made sure that they strangled the Kandy Tuskers. Never really allowed them easy shots. They had to innovate. That was what he was trying, BT. First he went with the conventional sweep, then the reverse. He's got a lot of runs with that shot. Russell keeps talking about the broom he's carried with him.
That's his go-to shot whenever he's under pressure against spinners. To the sweep, plays it particularly well, and it's a very effective weapon for him.
Use of the feet. At this stage, I'm sure Kusal Mendes, Brendan Taylor will be thinking of at least 2 boundaries for over. And that should get them above 10 runs. If between that they turn the strike over.
In Patel and then Pushpa Kumara, these are 2 highly experienced spinners. Pushpa Kumara has played a lot of domestic cricket. This is the LBW shout. Patel, on the other hand, has played plenty of league cricket, so they know a thing or two about bowling. So a couple of runs. 125 for 2.
मेरी टीम खेल रही है और आपकी माई 11 सर्कल पे अपनी।
दोस्तों इंडिया वर्सेस ऑस्ट्रेलिया का मैच जो कि कल दोपहर 12 बजे से होने वाला है, उसको लाइव देखने के लिए हमारे चैनल को सभी लोग एक साथ मिलकर सब्सक्राइब कीजिए एंड हमारे टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलिए, क्योंकि वहाँ पर आपको टॉस प्रेडिक्शंस और मैच रिपोर्ट देखने को मिल जाएगा। दोस्तों जाइए एक साथ सभी लोग चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए एंड मैच का आनंद उठाते रहिए। चलिए यहाँ पर मैं मैच चालू कर देता हूँ। दोस्तों मैच के टॉस प्रेडिक्शन और ड्रीम 11 टीम के लिए हमारा टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें। दोस्तों सर्च कीजिए बिग बैश 2020। दोस्तों मैच के टॉस प्रेडिक्शन और ड्रीम 11 टीम के लिए हमारा टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें। दोस्तों सर्च कीजिए बिग बैश 20। दोस्तों मैच के टॉस प्रेडिक्शन और ड्रीम 11 टीम के लिए हमारा टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें। दोस्तों सर्च कीजिए बिग बैश 20। दोस्तों मैच के टॉस प्रेडिक्शन दोस्तों आप इस मुकाबले को किस जगह से सुन रहे हो हमें कमेंट करके बताना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलिए। और आपको क्या लगता है दोस्तों आज कितना रन का टारगेट आज यहाँ पर बल्लेबाजी करने वाली टीम देगी सामने गेंदबाजी करने वाली टीम को, कमेंट करके हमें बिल्कुल बताइए। और चैनल पर नए तो सब्सक्राइब कीजिए दोस्तों बिल्कुल, और क्योंकि इसी प्रकार से लाइव मैच आपको हमारे चैनल पर सुनने को मिलेंगे। एंड यहाँ पर मुकाबला शुरू होने वाला है, ज़बरदस्त ये मैच। एंड जिस प्रकार से ये मुकाबला फिलहाल चल रहा है काफ़ी झकास और काफ़ी मज़ा आ रहा होगा आप सभी को इस मुकाबले को देखने में। तो खैर देखते हैं आगे आने वाले ओवर में हमें क्या देखने को मिलता है इस मैच में। और चलिए मैं आपको सीधा ले चलता हूँ स्टेडियम, मुकाबला शुरू करता हूँ। दोस्तों मैच के टॉस प्रेडिक्शन और ड्रीम 11 टीम के लिए हमारा टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें। दोस्तों सर्च कीजिए बिग बैश 20।
Yeah, that's exactly what is required. Yes! But didn't get the elevation. Finds the man in that long on position. Wicket now for Dambulla Viking.
That's a big wicket. Brendan Taylor has looked the best out of their batting. And holding out to long on. Pushpa Kumara takes a lot of pace of the ball that was tossed up. Just couldn't clear the boundary. Couldn't get the distance. Anwar Ali just made sure. Didn't have to jump too much, but timed it well. That's the jump. So Brendan Taylor has to go. Out for 13, now for 3.
අමාරු එක. ඒක තමයි ගන්න ඕනේ එක අමාරු එක. ළමයි.
Prasanna starts with a big one, doesn't quite get it. There's a man settling and he takes the catch. Consecutive wickets and he celebrates. Malinda Pushpakumara gets another.
This was the over that they were going to take toll of. Malinda Pushpakumara has varied his pace there very, very well, and the first two balls have stuttered the Kandy Tuskers run setting target at the moment. So very, very well bowled here by Malinda Pushpakumara. He knew they were going to come at him here in the 16th over.
His forte has been that he's mixed it up quite well. The change of pace has been very good. As we know, doesn't spin it a lot. So much of subtle variations. Prasanna out of the very first ball, so wickets consecutively, 125 for 4.
Charles Ingram, are you ready to play?
मैच के टॉस प्रेडिक्शन और ड्रीम 11 टीम के लिए हमारा टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें दोस्तों। सर्च कीजिए बिग बैश 2020। दोस्तों टॉस प्रेडिक्शन और मैच रिपोर्ट के लिए हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलिएगा। एंड हमारे टेलीग्राम चैनल का लिंक आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएगा एंड चैट में भी हमने डाल दिए, जाइए फटाफट ज्वाइन कीजिए। वहां पर आपको टॉस प्रेडिक्शंस और सभी मैचेस के मैच रिपोर्ट्स वहां पर मिल जाएंगे। ड्रीम 11 का टीम भी आपको वहां पर मिल जाएगा, जाइए ज्वाइन कीजिए।
Anwar Ali in the long on position and then Prasanna first delivery.
Kusal Mendes just pushing that out into the leg side. He's got a lot of responsibility now as we see Sikugay Prasanna hitting his first ball straight down Cow Corner's throat. Pushed again into the leg side. As I said earlier, a lot of pressure now on Kusal Mendes to see this innings out for them.
Not quite sure this was the right approach by Sikugay Prasanna. First delivery, doesn't give himself a chance of seeing what's happening, having just lost the wicket as well. What we've seen from the Kandy Tuskers is an inability to accelerate in the last 5. He would have been crucial to that acceleration because of his power play. 17 overs gone, 129 for 4.
दोस्तों मैच के टॉस प्रेडिक्शन और ड्रीम 11 टीम के लिए हमारा टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें दोस्तों। सर्च कीजिए बिग बैश 2020। दोस्तों मैच के टॉस प्रेडिक्शन और ड्रीम 11 टीम के लिए हमारा टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें दोस्तों। सर्च कीजिए बिग बैश 20। दोस्तों इसी तरह इंडिया वर्सेस ऑस्ट्रेलिया का मैच लाइव देखने के लिए हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलिएगा।
Samit Patel into his third over. Planting a big shot and will be taken, yes. Well, it's falling apart, they're imploding here now. Kandy Tuskers, after a good start. Well, they're giving it away.
This is very soft. They've lost 3 wickets in a matter of 1.5 overs, 1 over and 1 ball. This is Samit Patel, the other left arm spinner. Malinda Pushpakumara had 2 in 2. He gets a wicket on the first ball. Dasun Shanaka, the catcher. So they've lost 3 wickets for 4 runs. Kusal Mendes goes for 55 when he had to bat towards the end and just made sure he batted till 20 overs were done. 129 for 5.
ये प्लेन कुल करता है.
दोस्तों मैच के टॉस प्रेडिक्शन और ड्रीम 11 टीम के लिए हमारा टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें. दोस्तों सर्च कीजिए बिग बैश 2020. दोस्तों मैच के टॉस प्रेडिक्शन और
The strategy of Dambulla Viking paying dividends again for them today. Pace off, use of their spin, their game plan again spot on. Kusal Mendes losing his shape. He goes very well over extra cover, but he just lost all his shape there. That is a good shot. Reverse sweep for 4. Asayla Gunataratna. Kandy Tuskers need more of this.
Another look. Gunaratna will have to play a few like that. We'll have to look to force the pace. And the current rate, it's just 154. They'll need definitely more than that. They'll need to get close to about 175, 180 if they can.
No.
On the question of Kusal Mendes, I like to pick your brain on that, Mickey. The fact that he does all the hard work, and when he appears to be well in control, he just gives it away. Maybe we can let Darren talk about whatever he has to, and then I like to just pick your brain on that.
Reverse sweep. Goes up and over. Just gets it over the infield. Will pick up a couple runs. We're already seeing it being very difficult to strike boundaries because of the good bowling. Manchikume, #1 biscuit brand in Sri Lanka, a sponsor and partner to the My 11 Circle Lanka Premier League. Delicious snacks, I must say. A wicket and 7 runs from the over. A good one. 136 for 5.
Sony Live लाया है.
मैच के टॉस प्रेडिक्शन और ड्रीम 11 टीम के लिए हमारा टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें. दोस्तों सर्च कीजिए बिग बैश 2020. दोस्तों मैच के टॉस प्रेडिक्शन और ड्रीम 11 टीम के लिए हमारा टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें. दोस्तों सर्च कीजिए बिग बैश 20. दोस्तों मैच के टॉस प्रेडिक्शन
The Sakal Arsens Fair Play Award. Jaffna Stallions topping the table in both, followed by Gaul, Kandy, Dambulla, Colombo Kings bringing up the rear.
It's disappointing for Colombo Kings. They're way down.
Let's be honest though, you want to be top of the table. This is the one award you don't have to win.
Play with the champions. Play on the My 11 Circle app. Pick your team. Make sure you have the right players in this contest. Maximize your points. You can be a champion if you win. You can be featured as well.
So Mickey, you're telling me that you don't mind unfair play. So that's why you're saying that's the table. You don't really have to be on top.
No, I play within the rules, but there's a line and don't cross the line.
All right, so you don't mind that.
Just to come back to your point earlier in the previous over around Kusal Mendes. Kusal Mendes is a superb bowler. I mean, a superb batsman. He's one of our best. And I say that about Sri Lanka. The thing is, his averages are just a little bit on the low side for his potential. We need him to stop making big scores. and match winning scores. That's the key, because he's certainly good enough. He's a wonderful batsman, picks length so well, and he's got great hands.
Selagunaratne. We'll have to finish what Kusal Mendes didn't do. Clipped away. I guess when you look at that partnership with Kusal Perera, Kusal Mendes, they took their time. They only strike at about 125. But what was expected was for one of them to go all the way through the innings. That didn't happen. And that is why we're seeing 138 for 5. And this Kandy Tuskers team struggling to get a par score. Partnership there, 58 between Mendes and Perera. Should have been done at a quicker rate, especially with their experience and their seniority. Can't leave it to anyone.
Yeah, 47 balls consumed for this 58 runs. And obviously the plan would have been to try and have that good foundation to launch. All went wrong when wickets were lost so quickly.
Now don't get me wrong, they played well. But in the context of their team, the resources they have, and the fact that they need to win to give themselves a chance, they need to do much more with the bat. I think that will inspire confidence throughout this team, this Kandy Tuskers team, because they're a good side.
No, Kaminda Mendes giving himself a little bit of room to the offside to try and paddle that there over short fine leg. He's picked that short fine legs up, and he's just trying to paddle it over his head. Use the pace of the ball. Again, to get back to your point, yes, I agree that they needed to go at a slightly quicker rate. I think we can give some credit back to Dambulla Viking, whose bowlers understood it, they recognised it, and they've bowled to their plans, varied their pace very well, particularly the spinners.
Spinners in this Dambulla Viking team, they've been very economical. Look at Samit Patel, his economy rate 6, Pushpa Kumara 7, Kalambage, he's been expensive. Ramesh Mendes 5.25, so apart from taking wickets, they've built pressure with dot deliveries.
Yeah, they've done that, and they've obviously built again their game plan around that. It's always very hard for batters to come in to start against spin when the ball's just sticking a little bit in the wicket. So Dasun Shanaka has used his resources very, very well tonight.
The feature has been the way the spinners are coming to play. Even in the morning's game, the spinners were very effective. Dhananjay De Silva and the leg spinner Vanidhu Hasaranga combined well. Here, 3 spinners getting together. Pushpa Kumara, Patel and also Ramesh Mendes.
दोस्तों, टॉस रिपोर्ट और मैच प्रेडिक्शंस के लिए हमारे टेलीग्राम चैनल को ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी मत भूलिएगा। लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन में हमने डाल रखी है, एंड चैट बॉक्स में भी हमने टेलीग्राम चैनल का लिंक डाल दिया। जाइए टेलीग्राम पे, आप बिग बैश 2021 भी सर्च कर सकते हैं ज्वाइन करने के लिए। जाइए ज्वाइन कीजिए, वहाँ पर आपको ड्रीम 11 का भी टीम मिल जाएगा। तो जाइए दोस्तों, ज्वाइन कीजिए।
One of Samit Patel will bowl the 20th. Nothing is wrong with a spinner. I say again, bowling in the death overs. Gets it over the line, pace on the ball. As we've seen, a lot easier to score from. And he finishes the over on the high. 147 for 5.
दोस्तों, मैच के टॉस प्रेडिक्शन और ड्रीम 11 टीम के लिए हमारा टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें। दोस्तों, सर्च कीजिए बिग बैश 2020। दोस्तों इसी तरह से इंडिया वर्सेस ऑस्ट्रेलिया का भी मैच लाइव देखने के लिए चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलिएगा, क्योंकि इसी तरह से लाइव आपको देखने को मिल जाएगा हमारे चैनल पर, जो कि कल मुकाबला होने वाला है इंडिया वर्सेस ऑस्ट्रेलिया का 12:30 बजे शुरू होगा दोस्तों। तो चैनल को ज़रूर सभी लोग एक साथ मिलकर सब्सक्राइब कीजिए। एंड चलिए मैच को देखते हैं, आखिरी ओवर यहाँ पर बचा हुआ है।
Cluster of wickets to fall, the 17th and 18th over, really putting the brake on for this Kandy Tuskers.
Kasum Rajita coming back into the attack now to bowl the 20th over. And Wali out the back of the hand there, just getting his lengths wrong. Very well bowled, Kasum Rajita. Pace off the ball. He's been impressive tonight in his overs. He's changed his pace up so very well.
That's the back of the hand delivery. The last ball of the last over. Ratna smacking it for a 6. But on the subject of Kasum Rajita, his first 2 overs just 8 runs, out of which 5 dot balls, which is simply outstanding. And as you said, Mickey, he's mixed it up a lot. The slower balls have been most effective, particularly with Kusal Pereira, who just couldn't time them.
Mid on up. Comes around, protects the boundary, just a single. This is an interesting field here by Dasun Shanika.
It is a very interesting field. Anwar Ali, very, very good fielder. If you wanted somebody in that mid-on position in the ring, it's Anwar Ali. He's very, very quick, very agile, with a very good arm.
Changed now, which was mid-on, comes back to long off. Nice use of the feet, good contact made, and it goes all the way. Exactly what's required now with the bat.
Read the slower ball coming to Mendes. Beautiful use of the feet. Kasum Rajita taking a lot of pace with the ball. Just the back of the hand. The 150 is up. Kamidu Mendes in the last over, trying to maximize whatever he could get out of it. Looking to charge and getting all of it.
What will he go for? Goes for the Yorker. Presents a full toss and taken. That's a good catch. Good communication between the two fielders in the deep. And smiles all around. The umpires might just want to check the height.
That's a substitute fieldsman, but again another good catch. The catching today in particular have been very good. Had to run around the boundary, had to cover a lot of ground. Just made sure that he kept his eyes on the ball. This is something he just want confirmation. Yeah, that's fine. That's a legal delivery. This is the next one. Yeah, that's fine as well. And the catch was excellent. Ran around the boundary. There was another fielder coming around. He made sure he kept his eyes on it.
Boulder, well, it was a good follow-up. Now I know that was a full toss, but that was a pace on delivery. His construction of his overs have been impressive. The only thing I'd say about Kasum Rajita,
दोस्तों खैर यहाँ पर एक विकेट गिर चुका, लेकिन देखते हैं आगे बचे हुए 2 गेंदों में हमें क्या देखने को मिलेगा। लेकिन दोस्तों टॉस प्रेडिक्शंस और मैच रिपोर्ट के लिए हमारे टेलीग्राम चैनल को ज्वाइन करना बिल्कुल भी मत भूलिएगा। जाइए सभी लोग एक साथ टेलीग्राम चैनल को ज्वाइन कीजिए एंड वहाँ पर आपको फैंटेसी 11 की भी टीम मिल जाएगी, मैच विनिंग टीम मिलेंगी। एंड दोस्तों अगर आप इंडिया वर्सेस ऑस्ट्रेलिया का मैच देखना चाहते हो तो इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए। एंड ऑफकोर्स अगला इनिंग्स शुरू होगा उसके लिए भी चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए ताकि अगला इनिंग्स शुरू होते ही आपको नोटिफिकेशन मिल जाए।
Excellent Yorker, well done. Rajita nails this one.
Yeah, just to finish that story on Kasun Rajita, the only thing we'll say, here we go, is he's just got that just under the waist, and he's hold out the substitute fielder doing very, very well. Again, in constructing your over, he probably telegraphed the slow ball just a fraction too much. He could have gone with his bouncer because he's got enough pace just to set the batsman back. Asela Gunaratne hits hard down the ground. Just one. But very well bowled again, Kasun Rajita.
9 runs from the over. A good one. Brings the score to 156 for 6. This has been a brilliant effort by Dambulla Viking. When you just felt they will go on to get a big one. They've been able to control the innings with the ball. Kasun Rajita, excellent spell of bowling. 3 overs, just conceding 16 runs and 2 wickets to his name. The spinners supporting all around.
दोस्तों यहाँ पर पहले बल्लेबाजी करते हुए तुस्कर्स ने 156 रन बना लिए हैं 6 विकेट के नुकसान पर पूरे का पूरे 20 ओवर में। तो खैर देखेंगे अगले इनिंग में विकिंग्स किस प्रकार से मुकाबले खेलेगा, क्योंकि उनको इस मुकाबले को जीतने के लिए 157 रन बनाएंगे। बड़ा ही ज़बरदस्त और कांटे वाली टक्कर होने वाली दोस्तों दोनों टीमों के बीच में। एंड अगर आप हमारे चैनल पर नए हो तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिए ताकि अगला इनिंग शुरू होते ही आपको नोटिफिकेशन मिल जाए। दोस्तों एक साथ मिलकर सभी चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए ताकि अगला इनिंग शुरू होते ही आपको नोटिफिकेशन मिल जाए।
Now will be a happy Dambulla Viking team. 156 for 6 is what Kandy Tuskers could muster. Electing to bat first, their captain Kusal Pereira getting to 41. He had a good partnership with the top scorer, Kusal Mendes, who got 55 from 45. Many would have expected both of them to bat deep in the innings. That didn't happen, and they didn't find the acceleration they wanted in the death overs.
The bowling for the Viking was brilliant. Look at the spinners. Rajita was good at the top, 2 for 16. Mendes 1. Malinda Pushpa Kumara 2 and Samit Patel 1. But look at the economy rates. They were brilliant. Almost 6, 5, between 5 and 7. So it is a brilliant bowling effort by the spinners of Dambulla Viking.
4 wickets going to the spinners, 2 for the seamers. Again, spin dominating and proving to be more economical in the conditions here. Still, they will feel they have a total on the board that they can work with. Now, let's hear from Mike Haseman.
Angelo, thanks very much for your time. Gee, you guys are going to be happy with that total.
Yes, we were hoping for something less than 160. So I think it's a good effort.
So did you really sense that something was going to happen when you guys picked up those 3 wickets for just the addition of 4 runs? In the field, did you really sense at that stage that something was going to break?
I think we've always backed our spinners because we've got some very good left-armers and we've got a very good combination, to be honest. So we've always, though the power play was a bit on the heavy side, we always knew we could keep it to a good total.
And obviously you got the key players out at the right time. That's the important thing.
Yes, some good fielding as well, some brilliant catches.
Yep.
Yes.
And the track, just give me your impression of the pitch.
It was a bit slow. We thought it was a fresh track and we were expecting a bit more bounce on it. But it was a bit slow and maybe a little bit of spin later on.
Okay, now this is a really important game for you guys. What is the secret now to winning this one? Of course, apart from getting more runs.
Hopefully 156.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah? What's the important thing though?
I think it would be just spending time at the crease. I don't think it will be an easy wicket to get the runs on, but maybe you spend the first 5 to 10 balls, get your eye in. That would be the secret.
Okay, good stuff.
All
well
right.
done so far. Thanks for your time, Angela. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike Haseman. 6 catches in the innings, so that's an area of the game we've seen an improvement in. Can it continue in the second half of this match? Well, Dambulla Viking, they will require 157 if they are to go on to
Shorter the format.
Officially it's through the gap.
Harder will be the battle. Who will be at their dominating best?
Kusal Mendes, 55 from 45, and Captain Pereira, Kusal Pereira, getting 41 from 34. They found the going tough in the acceleration and the death overs, and that's because of some good bowling by the Dambulla Viking, their spinners. They were excellent. 2 wickets for Malinda, a wicket for Ramesh Mendes, and Samit Patel, the international player from the UK, proving to be very handy. Rajita was also excellent as a seamer. 2 for 16 he picked up. If you missed the action, these are the highlights. Gurbaz and Captain Kusal Pereira started things off, and it was a bit of a flyer. 33 is what they produced before Gurbaz going for a big shot, produced a skyer, and it was a very good catch. Columbage diving away, taking a wicket. What that meant, Kusal Mendes came to the crease, and the 2 most experienced batsmen in this Kandy Tuskers team got together and produced a fine partnership. Maybe they wanted a little more striking power. 58 is what they got, and they played all around the park.
Well, they did. But that happened, things changed for Dambulla Viking. Our left armour was introduced. Started to put pressure on the batsman. Mendes scoring yet another 50. So much was relying on Taylor, but he was hauled out. Again, taking off the pace. Worked well for the Dambulla Viking.
Well, they're understanding the strengths of their team. They understand how this pitch is playing. Nothing wrong with the pitch, but the way to go is taking the pace off it, and that's what they did with the spinners or the seamers. They pulled the score back. A few lusty blows towards the end from Kamindu Mendis took them past the 150 mark. The Viking, Dambulla Viking, will be happy. One stage it looked like they'll be chasing another 15-20 runs, which would have been difficult. But this is within striking distance.
It should be easy.
Kusal Pereira will have to be tactically smart.
Short on the format.
Officially it's through the gap.
Harder will be the battle. Who will be at the dominating bed?
When the ball gets softer, the spinners will come into it. But will the spinners be brave? As we saw from the Dambulla Vikings spinners, who used change of pace, who used flight, who made the batsmen do all the work. That's why they were successful.
Yeah, Pushpa Kumara was really good. Really good. And his speed was very slow at times, and the variation I thought was outstanding. Anyway, that's the story. The Dambulla Viking have got 157 to win. They've got to go at not a particularly challenging 7.85, it's got to be said. Everything surely is in the Viking team's favour as they stride out now to start the last innings of the doubleheader today.
Munaf Patel has been entrusted to bowl the new ball. He's done a good job. And Dick Vella will be facing him. He's done well in his career. Good strike rate, healthy average. His partner, Gopal Taranga, going to open the innings for the first time, and I think it's a good move. He likes a bit of pace on the bat.
One of the changes that were made was Paul Sterling left out, so Taranga moves up and Shamila Shinwari, left arm power hitter, former captain, slots in. Munaf Patel, how good was he against the Jaffna Stallions? 3 overs for 14, he got the ball to move, wobble. He needs to produce once again. Any space is ideal for this pitch.
Here we go. I think he's done a really good job, Munaf Patel. He's just there and thereabouts. He's not going to bowl with any great pace. He's going to be hovering around 125, maybe a bit above, maybe a little bit below. I'd love to see how his body is every morning, the next morning when he gets out of bed. But he's a wholehearted cricketer, this guy, and it's great to see him out there.
Yeah, he knows. He has to bowl 3 overs and that's it. And he's been giving his best.
In the air, over the top, there's only 2 allowed outside the circle in the power play, and that's avoided one of them. So there's a boundary first up.
My 11th circle, champion shot. But Munaf Patel offered with just the angle. Opens the face of the bat. Flick of the wrists. Get some extra pace behind it for Dick Vella. He needs to produce. He's not really gone on to make a telling contribution for the Dambulla Viking.
He's better than what we've seen in this tournament so far. He's been getting 20s. That's all he's been getting. Better player than that. Aggressive player, feisty little player.
And looking at that team too, he is a very vital player.
There's a neck, caught behind. Munaf Patel has struck. The celebrations from the big fella have started. There'll be a smile at some stage.
Was a little shorter. The width was there, but the length was different. Munaf Patel, even at this pace, tends to get a little bit more bounce than batsmen anticipate. Good catch from Pereira. Patel to Pereira. Ikwala gone for 4. The Viking have lost a wicket. 4 for 1.
Well, the Tuskers have got exactly what they wanted. One of their gun players out. Nirashan Tequila has gone for 4, just a handful of deliveries. He faced Angelo Pereira. 91 games, he's pretty experienced, highest score of 70 not out. Strike rate is just hovering near that 120 mark, but he's coming in at number 3. He's got a bit of stability to look after at the moment. Flashes of that.
Gain movement off the seam. And how can you play a match without a Pereira or a Mendes in at the middle? And this Pereira has walked out because Dikwala did that.
That was brave bowling. He was hit for a boundary from a similar line, but this time around he pulled the length just few inches and that worked. Kandy Tuskers needed an early breakthrough. They got it now.
Shied the bowler's end, but he was okay. Turunga was getting back smartly.
Jeez, he gets the seam to hit the pitch. Look at that, as it hits, it moves away and Dikwala has to reach out. Still got the skill. This was his strength, Munaf Patel.
And he's an experienced bowler. You know, he lowered his arm to be able to deliver the ball wide of left-handed batsman. Worked well. Good over. Comes to an end. It's 4 for 1.
Malik. Center. Kebolan. Dili. Let's just concentrate on the guys to come. Simba Patel, also Shanika as well. So they're a couple of key players. Dick Weller was a key player, but no longer. Turunga is someone that needs to take a bit of control. He's a fine player when he gets going, we know that. It's not a big chase, this. But if they lose wickets right at the start, it's going to make it quite challenging.
It will be tricky. Got to be tactically smart. Scoring options are different to earlier in the tournament.
Ball. That's nicely bowled. Flight. Really good flight from Pereira.
On a slower pitch, you try and bowl slower. The moment you try to bowl quicker, it slides onto the bat and the batsman would be more comfortable with it. You've got to vary your pace so that the batsman's guessing, but more on the slower side.
Well, if you look at what Pushpa Kumara did earlier, if the Tuskers bowlers were having a good look at that, then there's the blueprint.
Yep, guess what? It's a Pereira bowling. Idea is right. Got outside the line of off stump. There's no one in the deep backward of square. He needed a decent hit. He's batting on off stump. Angelo Pereira.
So what the Tuskers have decided here is that they're going to come up with a game plan which is all based around the batsman having to do all the work. And if Patel is just going to bowl there and thereabouts, got a little bit of bounce with that dismissal with Dick Weller. But at the moment now Pereira is just going to change his pace a little bit. So rely on the batsman to do all the work to try and force the issue, get them to try and make a mistake.
Not expected of Dick Weller. Turn, Dilruwan Pereira around the wicket into the left-hander. Got it to go, we're going upstairs. Kusal Pereira was very quick in whipping the bails.
He's okay there. It's a legitimate delivery. Was he off balance? Was he off balance? No.
Little bit of TP there. Time pass. Just going upstairs.
After having a look at the last delivery, where is the slip? They need early wickets. Get a slip in.
A bit flat at that time. Just a single, no damage done. They won't mind this at the moment, the Tuskers.
Angelo Pereira and Kultaranga both play for the NCC. The better club in Colombo, as Roshana Basinger would say it. Same as Angelo Pereira went to St. Peter's in Colombo. Roshana Basinger will say the better school.
Pressure's building here. 3 runs off, 5 balls so far in this over. And that's where it's going to stay. This is magnificent stuff from the Kandy Tuskers. 77 for 1.
Well, the Gaul Gladiators, they'll be supporting the Dambulla Viking to win this game, because what that does is leave the Tuskers down there and open it up for the Gaul Gladiators. It will be a battle for that 4th spot in the semi-finals. Because Viking, they would have broken free.
Patel again. A bit straight at that time. That's an optimistic shot from Munaf Patel.
Yeah, he's employing his experience. Munaf Patel. He's been looking to move the ball away from the left-handers most of the times. And this time around, he changed the line and also the length. A bit of shape back into the left-handed batsman as well. That's good stuff.
Tomorrow's game, again crucial. Hammered. That's gone to tomorrow. Massive hit by Angelo Pereira. They needed that.
Yeah, it had to happen. Had to break the shackles. Just takes one really good shot, one really good connection like that to change the mindset of the batsman and to get after the bowlers from both ends. And that's what they maybe need to do a little bit.
Not every ball. Now they made an intent. Now look to keep rotating the strike or wait for that loose ball. Let's see if Munaf Patel will make a change. Use the feet, because Munaf Patel is not very quick. That's the way to do it. You got the boundary. Now make sure you're moving. You keep moving. I was trying to say tomorrow's game, we just have the one game between the Jaffna Stallions and the Colombo Kings. They are 1 and 2 at the moment and looking to break free from the rest. Only a night game tomorrow. 7:30 p.m. will be on air, but first ball to be bowled at 8 p.m.
That'll be a beauty. It'll be a terrific game. Tell again. There's an edge down to one of the two men outside the circle, so no great damage for the Tuskers, no boundaries coming any further at this stage.
Yeah, Colombo Kings and Jaffna Stallions. Strong sides up against each other. It will be a well-anticipated game.
What do you guys think of those, the signals, by the way, yesterday that England were using against South Africa? It was a situation that was all about the various matchups of the players. The analyst was cleared by the ICC. They got it all cleared. The analyst for the England side was putting up numbers and letters and various codes that the England captain could look at if he wanted to, which was just a reminder of various field places, for example, and various bowlers to use against various batsmen. I thought it was quite interesting. 4E, for example, meant some code. Drive through the offside. Nicely fielded, Gunaratne.
Well, if it was well within the laws, that's fine. Just outside leg, and also he was angling away from the leg stump.
Good fielding by Asela Gunaratne now. The Kandy Tuskers will need to support their bowlers with more like that. More and more like that. They don't have a big score. They have to be in the faces of the Dambulla Viking and keep building pressure. 10 off Munaf Patel's over. One more delivery to come. A wider slip. He wants a gully in too. Well, that's good from Munaf. He's searching for a wicket. A slip in a gully. And that's what you'd like. A catcher, a slip, not a slip in a gully.
Yeah, correct. Got you. I like that stuff that England were doing, by the way. I thought it was nice. Captain could use it if he wanted to. It's also going to be pitching just outside the line of leg stump. So, good comeback after that big six. In the end, it's 10 off the over, 17 for 1.
Come on, Dele!
Tuskers got a pretty good start. Straight to the man in the field. Gunaratne out there.
Tried to get it finer.
Come on, Dele! Come on, Dele!
But just couldn't.
So the required rate at the start was 7.85. The original rate is now the required rate has gone up to 8.26. So it's gone up a fraction, but it's not an issue. That's solid. That's a really good shot. Right out of the screws, and that's gone for 6 runs.
Now even less of an issue. Gains the turn. Made sure he got near it to pull Taranga, because if he was sitting in his crease, Dilrowan Pereira was dominating him.
Yeah, he was beaten a couple of times in the previous over. Threw caution to the wind, used his feet, upset the bowler, made him change his line of length, and now he's taking advantage of it. Great batting.
Getting the reaction he really wanted by using his feet. A lot quicker, 95.7 and slightly shorter. Taranga very strong there. That's bread and butter for him, just outside off stump.
Yeah, it's a My 11 circle champion shot.
Come on, Dele!
They've got the rhythm of the innings now. It was that one big shot of Munaf Patel, just got the rhythm back into the play. As far as the Viking side's concerned. Oh, that's nicely bowled. A little bit of turn.
That's what Taranga is trying to get him off that length. But then again, they might be going along nicely in the required rate, manageable, but it will get harder. And they've got to make sure one of these two batsmen bat deep. Not a 40, not a 50. They need a 70 or an 80. That's where the Kandy Tuskers let themselves down. They got two batsmen in. They got out at crucial times. Not easy for new batsmen to come in.
After losing early wicket, it's been a good start. Solid start for Dambulla Viking.
Ball, Billy.
It's a big over this one. You don't have to do anything silly at all. 13 runs from it, 30 for 1. Big welcome again to all our broadcast partners around the globe. Patel again. Oh, there's just a little bit of an edge, a little bit of bat involved, and that's gone very fine and scooted away for 4.
Oh, he's got a little bit of glove on that. And this is a result of what Angelo Pereira did in the previous over. Kusal Pereira has come up to the stumps because Angelo Pereira walked down and slapped him for 6. Munaf Patel is a bowler who gets extra bounce and a bit of seam movement. Amazing how you can get the game to change with a little bit of intent at the right time. Now Pereira's gone back. Standing back, he might have grabbed that.
Yeah, job is half done for the batsman. Chance of a run out. Missed it. And there was backing for that stroke. That throw, beg your pardon. Now, when you talk about batsman's perspective, if you force the bowler to run away from his danger line of length, threatening line of length, from there on, you start to dictate terms.
And you don't need to do it all the time. You just do it to change the momentum, maybe change the bowler for, give him a message to get off that line, get off to that length, make a change, and then try to bat normally. Calculated risk now and again. And that Dambulla Viking have done really well for now.
Good single, good running, good understanding that time.
And even Ukul Taranga got a 6 in the previous over and a boundary. They got that rate up, they're breathing better. Now they're settling in once again. Maybe in a little while, if a loose ball's not coming your way and the runs are not coming, you take another chance and see if it comes off. Calculated risk, as you call it.
The required run rate has come down now. It's under 8.
By just working the ball, really. By not doing anything silly, just every now and then there'll be a delivery which they can put away for a boundary. And the first ball of this over is the one that went nice and fine on the leg side for 4.
And also, as a batsman, you need to be rest assured when the bowlers are looking for early wickets, quick wickets, they are bound to provide you with a bad delivery because they're over-trying things. Just keep on looking for those bad deliveries. Be on the lookout. One has to say, Munaf has done well. Once again producing a good spell for his side. He's been economical, came very close a couple of times to pick up another wicket.
I agree, I think he's done a good job. Probably going to be his last delivery. 3 overs at the top, that's generally what he does. 7 runs from this over at the moment, and at the moment the Viking side are on track because they're batting sensibly. Good start from Munaf Patel. 5 gone, 37 for 1.
Very little to choose between the two teams at this stage. Kandy Tuskers for 38 for 1, Dambulla Viking 37 for 1. I can tell you that it's not the easiest surface to bat on. It's about application, it's about how you set about building your innings. Gunratna. Angelo Pereira. So it'll be a game. It will be a bowling makeup. A lot of slow balls, spin bowling, taking the pace of the ball. So if you haven't still downloaded the My 11 Circle app, you should do that. Pick your fantasy team. We've seen some outstanding performances in this My 11 Circle Lanka Premier League. Even today, Kusal Mendes making a fighting half century. And some good bowling and good fielding. We've got Darren Ganga and Mickey Arthur. Good evening, gentlemen. It's a good tussle out there.
Evening, Sean. It is. It's neck and neck at the moment. A couple of quick wickets and we could have a really good finish tonight. They'll be wanting, the Dambulla Viking will be wanting this partnership to carry on just for a little bit longer.
So it's a packed offside field, but they'll have to be mindful of the length they bowl to Taranga and the width. That's the offside ring. This is the last over in the power play. Upul Taranga is so strong, square of the wicket and through extra cover. Those are his areas of scoring, besides the punch that he goes down the ground.
Yeah, they're just not giving him any pace to work with at the moment. There we go. Punch that. He found the gap there. 4 runs, and that's going to relieve just a little bit of pressure.
He'll cut you till the cows come home if you bowl that length. Upul Taranga loves it.
He stands beside the ball. He wants to allow his arms to be free. And on that occasion, he wouldn't miss out. He's an experienced player. Hasn't been amongst the runs. So I would think he'll be hungry for scoring runs. Most players with that type of experience, they have a lot of pride. So if they fail a couple times, bet your bottom dollar they'll come good.
Gone high, down to long on. Taken. Sikuke Prasanna, the catcher, Asela Gunratna. He's been very good with the ball. He's got wickets. He's bowled a lot of dot balls in this tournament. And Upul Taranga hitting a boundary and then going for that shot over mid-on.
Yeah, he'll be very disappointed with this dismissal. Just dragged it around to deep long on. But he had just hit the previous ball for 4. He needed to get one, get off strike because they were starting to brew a nice little partnership. Upul Taranga, 19 or 15, 42 for 2.
Well, the target may not look very big. We're talking about just 156, and this is Samit Patel for you. But I can tell you that the spinners will have a lot of work to do on this surface. They'll have lots of opportunities. They look to create opportunities for themselves. Ooh, Angelo Pereira really didn't have too much of movement of his feet. So the 6 overs completed. The power play is done and dusted. 42 for 2.
Thank you. Bola. Kita terkan itu.
So the power play is done and dusted. Sikugate Prasanna it is. Chipping it into the gap. Samit Patel will come back for two. But if you look at the makeup of these two teams, these two teams possess some of the most experienced spinners in the tournament. Asela Gunratna, one of them. Getting Taranga to just hit it down the throat of long on. That's for short and wide. Samit Patel just pouncing on it.
He's got the most supple wrists you would see from a player. Doesn't really move the arms that much. Just finds the power, the velocity in that swing. Picks it up nicely as well. It's been the hallmark of his batting in this tournament so far. His ability to pounce on anything short.
Yeah, and the pressure being taken off this over by the first two deliveries. Interesting phenomenon tonight, particularly in the second game. The finger spinners have seemed to get a little bit more purchase out of the wicket than the wrist spinners, although the wrist spinners yet haven't found their lengths properly.
Ball.
Considering the rotation of the wrist and the revs on the ball, you would expect the wrist spinners to get a little bit more. Sikugate Prasanna has never been known to really spin the ball a lot. He's not been a really big spinner. He's depended a lot on his wrong end, his top spinners, the straight ones, the zooters, whatever you call it. So the 50 is up.
The rate, well, oh, there he is, Mr. Q. He arrives, he gets around to a lot of cricket. Came in from London. 50 for 2 at the moment.
Ball.
It's a big over for the Dambulla Viking. 51 for 2.
Malik kene kone. Guru.
That white worm just hugging the yellow worm, not letting it out of sight.
Yeah, nothing wrong with the rates at the moment. It's just going to be wickets. Wickets in hand will win it for Dambulla Viking.
Very lucky indeed. Samit Patel could have done better with that. Found the man at short fine leg.
Surely he's missed out. It was a long hop down the leg side with one fielder in that 30-yard circle in the region. He had to beat him to his left or right. Picked him out perfectly.
Well, the Kandy Tuskers captain walking a very thin line here. He's got just 156 runs to defend. He needs to get wickets, but he has to be mindful when he attacks. He would love to have a slip, I'm sure. But instead he's gone for a field where he's looking to try and stop the single and block those scoring areas.
Well, an option that Kusal Pereira can take is Naveen ul Haq. Before the start of this game, he's been the leading wicket taker for the Kandy Tuskers. I remember him talking about him finding the secret to bowling in these conditions here. I'll tell you a little bit more about that when he comes on to bowl and what one of his secrets is.
he should be tried very early in this game. Loud appeal, loud appeal. That's the wrong one again. Not being picked by Samit Patel. Will Kusal Pereira review? Yes, he goes for the review.
Ball. Ball. Attila.
Well, it could be umpire's call if there's no inside edge. Can't see an inside edge, so that's fine. No heartbeat there. So if it has to hit the stumps full for the umpire to change his decision, umpire's call could still go in favour of the batsman because it's been given not out.
Gunaratne, he bowls a mixed bag. I thought it was the wrong one. It's the actual conventional off break turning into the right-hander. I think there's an appreciable amount of turn on that delivery, so might be missing.
Well, this will tell us. Pitching outside the off stump. Well, it's an umpire's call. The good thing is that the Tuskers, Kandy Tuskers, won't lose the review.
The only thing I'll say to this now is the Kandy Tuskers have got the rate well within their grasp at the moment. A wicket or two will change it up. I say Dambulla Viking for the Kandy Tuskers. But the thing with Dambulla Viking is they can't go to sleep at the wicket. They've got to hustle. They've got to play their shots. They've got to hit the sweepers. They've got to run hard between the wickets, and they've got to up the tempo. For me, this partnership is just starting to go to sleep. And the next time you have a look, the rate's got to 9s and 10s.
Well, I was going to mention that Kusal Pereira, Kusal Mendes, they had a chance to bat on this pitch. And we saw how they struggled to score at a fast rate. So that in itself would have informed the approach. They think by building pressure, stacking up the dots, would bring wickets and send that required rate high and give them an advantage. So maybe he's just being patient, Kusal Pereira, waiting for the false stroke.
Friendly. Just a single. But a good over, just 5 runs off it. 56 for 2, 8 overs gone. Now the original rate was just 7.85, 108 runs. But now the requirement is close to 8.5. Down the wicket. It's gone down to long off. And Sikuge Prasanna has broken through. Samit Patel, the man, looking to go over the top, clear mid-off. Finding Kamindo Mendes on the boundary.
Well, we sensed it up in the com box that something was going to give. The pressure again with patience, which is important. And that is what we've seen from the Kandy Tuskers. It's done the trick. A false stroke. Trying to get it over the line. Not enough power. And this is quite good by the Kandy Tuskers. The danger man, Samit Patel, goes. It's 56 for 3. We will have a strategic timeout as well.
शर्मा जी और इनके फ्रेंड वर्मा जी लास्ट ईयर
Well, you could feel the pressure just brewing and brewing and brewing. Samit Patel trying to hit his way out of trouble here. Losing his shape and getting caught out at long off. The tempo was what we were speaking about just prior to that dismissal. Dasun Shanaka will look to up the tempo. Angelo Pereira needs his tempo just to lift. Otherwise, they're going to get into trouble.
I'm with you there, Nicky. I also think the urgency, you mentioned that off comms. Urgency doesn't really mean playing the power shot. It's about being busy, rotating strike. Use of feet in the conditions, trying to smother the spin. You've got to bring all your experience to the fore. That's what this grid game is about. Thinking on your feet, making the adjustment to get the right result. Haven't seen that from Dambulla Viking and their batting.
2 runs and a wicket in that over. 9 overs completed, 58 for 3.
Wait.
99 of 11 overs. That's what they're wanting. So that's exactly 9 runs and over. Gunratna continues.
Ball.
See, at least that's a way to go. Just keep knocking it into gaps. Just make sure that you get your singles, your boundary in between the two. Just try and maintain a rate of about 7-8 per over until they feel comfortable.
Yeah, and what I liked about their Gunratna, all his deliveries in the LPL, he's been challenging the batsman and making the batsman play. He's been attacking the stumps, and that's the most important thing at his pace. Yeah, he's just missed his length. He's just missed his length there and allowed Angelo Pereira to get away and punish it. Maybe this is the catalyst for him to blossom and to lift that tempo. I think the difference there was the fact that we saw Dasun Shanaka come in, and immediately he was down the wicket, punching to short cover, punching to long off. He just looked busy at the crease, and this might lift the tempo of Angelo Pereira.
Help around. They've been good. They've got 6 already of 3 balls, which is the way to go.
We often talk about bowlers and what is necessary for them to get success, bowling in partnerships, building pressure, stacking up the dots. If you reverse that batting partnership, the same is required. Rotation of strikes, soft hands, recognizing who is better against a particular bowler, and clearly Dasun Shanaka is the informed batsman for this Dambulla Viking team, so you want to give him strike. It's really good from him. He's just come to the crease. He's got the clarity of mind to play for what he sees. That's quite crucial for batting in T20 cricket. Can't overthink the situation.
See, this is what Dasun Shanaka brings to the game. Anything loose, whatever the situation may be, he's the type of player who will punish. He's obviously under pressure, the Dambulla Viking, but look at that response.
And look at how this will impact Angelo Pereira. There will be a spin-off from what we've seen from Shanaka so far. This partnership will start to blossom.
We've only got 13 runs, very little risks. A boundary, yes, off the edge, and a good 6 by Dasun Shanaka, 3 singles. So suddenly that rate has once again, the requirement has come down just a bit. Dot ball to end the over. 71 for 3.
.86 required from 60 deliveries. Angelo Pereira well set on 26 from 26. 8.6 the required rate.
So Dasun Shanaka versus the spinners. That's going to be the battle.
Ball.
He's the type of player who could attack.
Come on, second.
Just take on the spinners, break those shackles. He looked to be aggressive. And Angelo Pereira can be the foil that Shanaka needs. Because someone who just keeps knocking into gaps, running hard. So this is an important partnership. Every partnership is, but this is very.
Nice use of the feet. Very well run. Talking about Dasun Shanaka and what he's achieved in the tournament before this innings. 2 half centuries. 164 runs. So as a batsman, runs will provide confidence, and that is exactly what he has. It's reflected in his approach as well. Makes the room through the offside. And it's risk-free cricket you're seeing here from Angelo Pereira.
He's generally a very busy cricketer, Angelo Pereira.
Come on, Seko.
Just runs hard, looks for singles, looks for couples. Goes for the occasional boundary, but it's a very good approach he's having here.
Ball.
It's not about, we spoke about it, not about hitting boundaries. It's It's about getting busy. It's about milking the bowling, making sure that you get a run at least a single of every ball.
Waiting to see exactly when Naveen ul Haq is introduced in this bowling lineup for Kandy Tuskers. Goes through the leg side, split the fielders, gets a My 11 champion shot.
Excellent shot, very good shot indeed by Angelo Pereira. This is what I believe he could do. Sensible, he kept knocking it into gaps, and when the opportunity comes his way, he just made full use of it. Made sure that he went to that area. It was the open area.
With employment of this stroke, he has created a bit of pressure on the leg spinner. He's told him to bowl outside the off stump to me. If you bowl wicket to wicket, it will be very harsh. Edged. Why wasn't there a slip? They are looking for wickets. The only way to come back into this game is pick up quick wickets. After 11, it's 84 for 3.
My 11 circle MVP of the tournament, Tesara Pereira, no question about it. At the top. Been very good with bat, ball in the field for his Jaffna Stallions. Hunter Russell also on that list. We look forward to seeing him play tomorrow. Some other top performers in there. Samit Patel, Dasun Shanaka at the crease.
Yeah, when you talk about Pereira, his captaincy has been up to the mark. He has used his resources quite well.
Dasun Shanaka has really got the Dambulla Viking moving now. The last 2 overs, 27 runs. So different to how the Vikings were setting about in their approach. And this is that last ball. In fact, that's the outside edge. He went for the slog sweep. Ahmed Sohail spoke about needing to have a slip. But Vikings, they'll take every run coming their way at the moment.
Yeah, the only way to stymie the progress of an innings is to pick up wickets. That's in the air, into the gap. Another 6. Brilliant.
Angelo Pereira. For a moment, it's not Shanaka who's hitting the 6s and 4s. It is Angelo Pereira, just dismissed it. Just drifting down the leg side, off his hips. Strong wrists.
Gets it through. Good piece of fielding. Pace on the ball, making it look quite easy. And Pradeep, for the first time in the innings with the ball, already proving to be expensive.
It was a mere flick, wasn't it? The timing was such. The ball kept on sailing over the rope.
There you see the My 11 Circle champion fan of the day on the screen, enjoying the match on his phone with My 11 Circle. You too can be a champion fan. You've got to make your team and play with the champions.
I'm sure he enjoyed Angelo's 6. Such a good shot. And this partnership, so different to the rates that the innings had. It was a struggle, dot balls, singles, and suddenly this pair come in, got together, broken free, released so much of pressure. Angelo Pereira has gone to 45 of 33. Dasun Shanaka 12 of 9.
Goes high. Just evades the fielder. Brendan Taylor was running around to his left, but it fell in no man's land. He survives.
Great time. Just a mere wicket for the race, and the ball kept on sailing. Yeah, he has recognized face here. Use it. The slow delivery turned out to be a wide delivery.
Angelo Pereira, 3 runs shy of a half century, will be his first in this My 11 Circle Lanka Premier League. Will do his confidence a whole lot of good. Runs will always give confidence. Clipped away again. Doesn't find the gap, but it's a good over yet again. Keeping above that required rate. 13 runs from the over, 97 for 3. Players will refresh themselves. Lots to think about across both teams. Not a lot different. Kandy Tuskers, who were 94 for 2. Dambulla Viking losing 1 additional wicket.
The last 3 overs been very productive for Dambulla Viking. They've started to score at their will, maneuvering the length quite nicely. Once again, soft touch into the gap. That's his 50. A very well crafted innings from Pereira, and he got there with My 11 Circle champion shot.
His 6th 50 in his T20 career, and the hundreds up as well. It's been a real impact. Let's not forget, another look at the little deft touch down to third man. Well, when 9 overs were remaining, or at least 11 overs were remaining, the Dambulla Viking needed to go at 9 runs and over. And now that rate is a little bit more than 7. Balls versus runs would mean 56 of 47.
Ball.
So that's the kind of impact. That's what they have brought in with this partnership. Looking to attack the spinners of the Kandy Tuskers, and they've been very successful so far.
Last delivery we saw a slip being inserted. Sweetly driven, powerfully driven, beats the mid-off, goes for 4. That's a My 11 Circle champion shot.
He's a highly talented player, Shanaka. 50 partnership, and came in no time.
Come on.
Going in confidence, they're looking to take on the bowlers on every delivery. The boundaries are flowing now.
These 2 batsmen are looking to take on the bowlers, not letting them bowl to them, attack them. They look to come down the pitch, do something different. Dasun Shanak on that occasion taking on the leg spinner. And sensible. A boundary followed with a single. This over, 4-1, 4-1. Perfect. It's a very good rhythm that's in this partnership.
2 balls back. A little bit of a advance from Dasun Shanika. Nice sweet stroke for boundary.
Ball.
He just works it through the onside. This is really controlled aggression. Balancing attack with rotation of strike.
It's the way they have built this partnership. It's not about just going blasting the bowling. They have looked to score boundaries whenever it can. They could. And then they do things like that. Just knocking into gaps, run that first run hard. And 12 runs, breaking no sweat, 109 for 3.
भाई आप यहाँ पे आ जाओ।
Haven't seen Naveen ul Haq. Maybe he's going to come on now. He's been a wicket taker, genuine wicket taker for the Kandy Tuskers. I feel Kusal Pereira is waiting a little too late to introduce him. He's picked up 5 wickets in the death overs.
I'm with you. The situation is such for Dambulla Viking. Easy does it. They don't have to take any risks. They don't have to be extravagant. Singles. The occasional boundary every 2 overs is going to take them over the line.
Well, I mentioned earlier on the broadcast, Naveen ul Haq speaking about a secret that he's adopted to his bowling in these conditions here in Sri Lanka. I'll show you what that is after this delivery. Good shot. It'll just be one. We've been talking about variations. Let's take a look at some of the wickets taken by Naveen ul Haq. All these wickets were taken with cross-seam deliveries. And we spoke about how effective a delivery that is in these conditions, because the ball hits the seam, there's a little bit of extra bounce, it grips off the surface, and it's very difficult for batsmen to time deliveries. Again, cross-seam. So just feel with the success that he has had, maybe an earlier introduction would have been on the cards.
And also if you look at his death bowling, the last 4 overs he's been brilliant. He's been going at less than 7.5 runs. He's a real talent that has emerged out of Afghanistan.
I agree with you on that. Left too late. He's a wicket taker, but one thing we have to recognize, he picks up wicket when batsmen are looking to hit the ball, every ball out of the ground. He's been the highest wicket taker, his consistent performer. In the situation, he's been introduced into the bowling attack, not suited to his style. Maybe he should look to bowl seam up.
Pulled in front of square. Maybe telegraphing exactly what he wants to do. Becoming a bit too predictable in this instance. But it's an in-form Dasun Shanaka that pounces on this short one.
Yeah, also tells you the time he has to play that shot. Hitting it in front. And it's hitting it to mid-wicket rather than behind square. So that's 8 runs already of 5 balls. 1 ball to go, and this has been a very aggressive partnership.
Slapped away through the offside. Well, he's proven not to be so effective in this spell. Ends the over on a high. 12 runs coming from it. 121 for 3.
Have a look at the flags in the background. On move. The wind has died down. Dambulla Viking requiring 36 from 36. Run a ball.
Ambidextrous. Go left arm and right arm. 7 wickets in his short career. Decent economy rate. Now run a ball is all what is needed for the Dambulla Viking. From a huge hole they were in, they had to get 9 runs. They've just lost the experienced Samit Patel. Spinners threatening. Kasum Shanaka comes in and then starts to break loose. And Angelo Pereira racing along. He's now got his 6th T20 half century.
I also want to say in my time playing T20 cricket and as captain, I always felt that when you introduce a bowler, for example in the 14th over, and especially if he's a strike bowler, you don't really give him a chance to adjust to the conditions. The game has already been set. The chances of him impacting the game with the ball is a lot less. That's why I think Naveen ul Haq should have been brought on within the first 10 overs.
Yeah, for a captain, it's very important to know the ability of his players. Yeah, there are certain bowlers who bring a lot of flexibility for the captain. They can be used in any situation. A bowler like Shamari in this competition. Or you can name Munaf. He has bowled very well with the new ball. But when we talk about Naveen, he's a limited bowler. They pick up wickets. I said before, when the batsmen are looking to hit the ball, every ball, I should say, out of the park. But he hasn't got that X factor. When the situation is dire for the bowling side, they could come and pick you up 2 or 3 wickets. Usage of the feet and a great result.
6. Angelo Pereira starting to enjoy himself now. Very little pressure on the Dambulla Viking. Now their requirement is 28 of 31. And at this rate, it's a walk in the park.
And he's bowling to a well-set batsman. You know, dangerous that can be. He's been out there for a long time, so he knows the conditions. He's seeing it well. Another good use of the feet. That's really good batting. 9 runs from the over. 15 overs gone. 130 for 3.
Let's look at the Cycle Incense Fair Play Award. The Jaffna Stallions are on top with 375 points. The Ghoul Gladiators at number 2 spot. And that's going to be awarded at the end of the tournament, all the way through to the Colombo King as well. They're down the bottom with 210 points. That's all about respect. Game players and umpires. Quick single. They're doing it quite easily now. 26 off 29, that's what they require. They should be able to get this quite comfortably.
Angelo Pereira played the last game, batted at number 7. He's been promoted. He's showing what he can do. He's taken calculated risks, played himself in, and now he's dominating. It's been a clever knock. It's not just been
while hitting. He's managed it well, controlled the innings.
Yeah, he said to be in the interview, you've got to take about 10 balls to get used to the surface, and then you just play. That's what he's done. Ball. And a really good job.
When I was last on air, I was worried about their tempo. I was worried about them going to sleep out in the middle, causing the wicket. I think the pressure build, causing the wicket of Samar Patel. Since Dasun Shanaka has come to the wicket, he's lifted that tempo. He was busy at the crease. The bad balls came and they put them away, and that's helped Angelo Pereira find his tempo, and now he's playing exceptionally well to take them home.
It's nicely cracked to the sweeper. They're going at basically 12 runs the over the last 6 overs.
And that also works the other way. The fact that there's a batsman holding fort allows Dasun Shanaka to play that way too. So it's always complements each other.
No, it's a non-negotiable, Russ. When you're at the wicket, you've got to have that tempo. You've got to be hustling. You've got to be hitting your sweepers. You've got to be running.
Working it, just the one this time. All they need to do is just bleed the bowlers a little bit now. That's all they need to do. Hit the bad ball when it comes, or run it around.
And that they've been doing. The difference between where the Kandy Tuskers innings fell apart was that set batsman got out at vital times.
They're sliding down the leg side. There's the question from Gunaratna. I think he got the affirmative. DRS timer is ticking down. Strategic timeout. 16 overs gone. 135 for 3.
क्रिमिनल जस्टिस के लिए हम हर हथकंडा अपनाएंगे। अगर कोई कमिटमेंट तोड़नी पड़े तो तोड़ेंगे, अगर कोई एडजस्टमेंट करने पड़े तो करेंगे। आज के बाद हम सब लोग सिर्फ एक ही रूल फॉलो करेंगे, और वो है नो रूल्स। तू यार लकीर का फकीर है, जैसे बस कंडक्टर घंटी का गुलाम होता है ना, वैसे तो रूल्स का गुलाम है। जोक मारा? अच्छा लगा? नहीं।
सोसाइटी में रहने के कुछ रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस होते हैं यार।
हमारा ये दोस्त बोलता ज्यादा और करता कम है।
इसने भी नोटिस किया। अपनी लाइफ का तो एक ही फंडा है, नो रूल्स, नो कमिटमेंट, ओनली एडजस्टमेंट।
समरुल्ला कोई मामूली पेशेंट नहीं है, ये लश्कर बद्र का सेकंड इन कमांड है।
इबोला का एंटीडोट हमारे भाई की सही सलामत वापस लौटने का पासपोर्ट है। जब हिंदुस्तान में ये वायरस रिलीज होगा तब क्या होगा?
कल मुंबई में वायरस रिलीज हो जाना चाहिए।
तुम्हारा साइड किक बन के तुम्हारे ईगो को सेटिस्फाई करने का टाइम नहीं मेरे पास।
साइड किक नहीं, पार्टनर।
इबोला का वायरस शहर के बहुत सारे हिस्सों में फैल चुका है।
हमारे पास ना कोई सस्पेक्ट है, ना कोई क्लू है। इस केस में हम जिस भी डायरेक्शन में बढ़ते हैं डेड एंड आ जाते हैं।
अगर 7 दिनों में एंटीडोट नहीं मिला तो सब मर जाएंगे। एक बात हमेशा याद रखना बशीर भैया, यार तुम्हारी और मेरी पट तो सकती है, जम नहीं सकती।
Shorter the format,
officially and through the gap.
harder will be the battle. Who will be at their dominating best? Watch Australia versus India T20 series. But what will you do on a non-match day? Well, we have got you a reason to live more. Subscribe to Live Now.
22 runs from 24 balls. Angelo Pereira's done a terrific job. He's on strike at the moment. Top edge that time. Now someone's getting underneath that, and the catch is taken. Good as it is.
So there's a late little catch for the Tuskers. There's no great celebration out in the middle from the Tuskers, just a smile or two. They realise that maybe this horse is bolted.
Yes, could be too late. Again, he's trying to hit it fine. The ball's not come on to him. He's played it early and got it in front of square. Dilruan Pereira celebrates a wicket, but he's batted really, really well. Impressive knock from Angelo Pereira. He's gone for 67. The Dambulla Viking, 135 for 4.
Four down now. A little turn, a little purchase. The call is for just the one, running the first one hard. For Shanika Sinwari is the man that's now arrived at the crease.
Yeah, the batsman crossed while the ball was in the air. Nicely judged by Gurbaz. Yeah, just going back to the point we were talking about, Mickey, totally agreed. Dasun Shanaka changed the tempo. But Angelo Pereira also played a vital role. You take Avishka Fernando, they all started slowly and then built their tempo. And you need players like that when the pitches get slower to work your way into the innings. So he did have a part to play.
Yeah, I think Angelo Pereira also did a terrific job. Here's the reverse. Shamwari's not going to waste any time. He's got that away nicely. First ball he's faced and he's picked up a boundary. Very good shot.
Shinwari, first ball, reverse sweep, 4. Yeah, Russ and Mike, I'm certainly not saying he was poor. I think he was really good. He's arguably seen his side home tonight. I'm just talking about tempo at the crease, running between the wickets, hitting sweepers, hustling, that type of stuff. Oh, Shinwari playing some big shots.
Could have easily dropped onto the stumps, Shinwari. He knows it.
Yeah, so just to close the point, that's all I'm saying is as we watch this, wow, where did that ball end up? Nearly on the stumps. Shinwari clearly in for a short time and for a good time. So as I said, to close it all, I'm just talking when you're chasing a target of 150, 160, it's very easy to go to sleep because nobody knew where it was. Because you feel you've got the target under control and suddenly you look and it's 10 again. What he's done well is he's got his side home.
It's not a big target, so you're taking it easy and suddenly you find yourself with too much to do. Two players have been very impressive in terms of tempo. That's been Dasun Shanaka right throughout the tournament, as well as Tisera Pereira. 17 gone, 141 for 4.
This is match 11 tomorrow, by the way, from the MRI Cricket Stadium. Colombo Kings versus the Jaffna Stallions on air at 7:30. So that's going to be a beauty. Make sure you're with us for that. It'll be full of action. Andre Russell, Tisera Pereira, just to name a couple.
Colombo Kings are a very good team. They'll be hurt by the loss to the Dambulla Viking. They let themselves down. Nuwan Pradeep, 1 for 13. Two fast bowlers. 1 over for 13, 1 over for 12. That's where the game changed. Munaf was decent at the start, but other than that, when you look at that list, it's all spinners. Pace off the ball. Another one goes. Dasun Chanaka's gone. Nuwan Pradeep takes the pace off the ball. He can't find his timing, and they've gone bang bang. 15 runs required. Is there going to be a twist in the tail? Back of the hand. Straight to Gunaratna.
We have seen so many slow balls used today. And also it's going to be more and more and more as we go on through this tournament. These tracks get a little bit slower as we work through them. Captain's gone now. Chanaka with 33. 142 for 5. $15 required now from 17 balls. 5 wickets in hand. Anwar Ali now is the man that's coming out to bat. Strike rate of 143. He's played a lot of games. Best of 65. So there's a bit of work to be done here, and it's got to be done in a fashion that's not stupid. That's the bottom line, I guess.
Really good point you made earlier, Russ, was the factor around pace on the ball has travelled tonight, and arguably in the chase the tempo changed when the two quicker bowlers came on. Slower ball, back of the hand here from Pradeep, gets a wicket.
And again, Mickey, you can't be predictable with the slow balls too. You've got to mix it up, but use that ploy a lot more. Got to have some doubt in the batsman's mind. If not, again, they can line you up and get used to the pace.
Righto, let's lock in. Can they pick up another one? Oh, that's not a bad shout. That's pretty adjacent. Maybe going down. Oh, he likes it. Pradeep likes it.
Height's a problem. Height's a problem. He doesn't get the support he was looking for from the captain behind the stumps. Oh, that was faster. Great way to start against.
Above the knee roll. He liked it.
But he got it to jag back a lot.
Quick single. Off the mark. Does the right thing. Gets Shinwari back on strike.
This is going to be an interesting little partnership here. These two guys will be looking for big shots. If we watch Pradeep just out the back of the hand, little short, Dasun Chanaka just paddles it to square leg. Oh, his sharp coach doesn't like that one.
Chanaka, when he sees that replay. Normal pace delivery.
This is a few balls ago. There was a shout. First ball that Anwar Ali faced. Look at how much deviation, height, everything wrong about it. Other than the seam position, which still looks straight up.
Yeah, apart from all that, it was close, no? Not at all. Miles away. Big swing and a miss. Righto, so now, how clear is that mind? Suddenly, 14 from 13 balls. Better than a run of ball required at this stage.
Cross seam from Pradeep is seeing lots of variations, but This delivery is so massive in the context of the game. He's got to close this over off really well, Nuwan Pradeep. 1 run and a wicket. But Shinwari will be thinking only one thing.
Yeah, he's thinking boundaries. That's all he wants. In there, just over the top. They might be able to come back for the second. They decide against that. Shinwari retains the strike. That's an outstanding over. Couple of runs from it and also a wicket. 144 for 5. I wonder how you've been going today with the double header. My 11 Circle app, download that. Play with champions. You've got to make your team, of course. Pick the best players that you like out of both teams. Get points. Pick your fantasy team to play cricket throughout the night. See how the guys go. Naveen ul Haq now. Changed ends.
Is this the way to go, Mickey? Naveen ul Haq, pace on the ball.
Slapped away for 4. That's a great way to start the over.
Shinwari says no. That's the way it's going. My 11 Circle champion shot, but 130 Ks short outside off stump. You're bowling to a senior player. You've seen a lot of. Both Afghans cracked for 4.
Not the way to go there, Russ. If he's going to go with pace on the ball, he's got to get it fuller into the pads. He's got to be looking for his Yorkers. Otherwise, pace off is the option.
He has other options. Kamindu, not really.
It's nicely bowled. There's the pace off. Shinwari was disgusted himself that he didn't get that away as well.
He's got to try and fight back. Try and give Nuwan Pradeep at least a runner ball. He will definitely bowl that last over. There's no other option for Kusal Pereira. Even if he had, he has to go to Nuwan Pradeep. Few more dots. And Naveen ul Haq do it for his team.
Oh, it's nicely bowled. He's done that. Couple of dot balls in a row.
Just makes you think why he went pace on the ball first ball, because we've seen the result of pace off the ball. Have a look at that. He just rolls his fingers over it into the wicket. No pace to work with for Shinwari.
And he put himself under pressure with that first delivery, but he's responding well. That's got to be admired. Let's call this. He's going to have a swing, a swipe. That's what Shinwari knows. Slower ball, only the one. Naveen ul Haq will take that.
Yes, he'll definitely take that. Interesting now to see what he does to Anwar Ali. Anwar Ali also likes pace on the ball. Comes into the pitch again. He's got his field set deep here on the leg side, so into the wicket is a good option for him.
He's got to take his time. That's the way to do it. Stay calm. Be clear in what you want to do.
These last 2 balls are really important. If he can somehow scramble one off the last 2, that gives him half a chance. In the air. Has it gone all the way? It has gone all the way for 6. That is a terrific shot. That's an important shot. Brilliant stuff.
Slower delivery. Slower delivery. Anwar Ali was waiting for it. He was lining it up. Now, did he do something very, very different. I'll be interested to see. Oh, yes. That's the second time we've seen it in a couple of days. And we've seen both times it's gone far, far away. And it's costing the Kandy Tuskers.
I can't work out why he did that. The over was good, but the first ball wasn't great. Then the next 3 balls are really good. Why try something like that? Sometimes you can just get a little bit too clever in this game, and it upsets things dramatically. Scores are level now. End of the over, 156 for 5. Reflect on this, I think we've got to think about Malinda Pushpakumara. His bowling was brilliant earlier today. Did a terrific job with the ball. Scores a level. Can Pradeep go deep in this over?
Super over. Second super over for the Kandy Tuskers. That's their only hope. Everyone in the circle.
They want one. Will they get one? They will get one. There it is. That is brilliant stuff. Dambulla Viking get up by 5 wickets. That is a really good performance by the Viking boys. They bowled superbly today. They picked up wickets when it mattered. They picked up a cluster of wickets as well. And now, yes, a bit of a scramble towards the end, but they have done it. And look at those smiles and the celebrations.
Nicely done too. They lost the toss. They were under the pump because they wanted to bowl with their spinners and defend a total. But they went out there. And a clinical performance, playing to their strengths, knowing how to use these conditions. They were brave. When you're using slower bowlers, you have to try and deceive the batsman in the air as well. The batting plans are getting better. A new find, Angelo Pereira making a mark and taking the team home, playing that anchor role. Going on to score 67. So things are looking a lot better for the Dambulla Viking. Becoming a real threat after an early hiccup in the tournament.
And if you just want to reflect on the first game, we think that maybe they should have got 180. They got 170, maybe 185, maybe even 190. Now to roll these guys over, the Tuskers, for just